So good afternoon, everyone. Shall we start?
Yes, sir. 30 are present, sir.
ठीक है, ठीक. स्क्रीन विजिबल है आपको?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So in last class we were discussing about this artificial vagina method, right? So out of every method that we have discussed till now, the most improvised, most recent and most widely accepted method of semen collection is artificial vagina. And why that so? Except one or two species I mentioned yesterday as well. Like yesterday I said the still digital manipulation is a method of choice for semen collection in case of dog. So you know obviously that they don't just you know there will not be any just intromission and then thrust. Okay, there in case of dog there will be intromission and then followed by the lock thing, and they will be there for quite a few minutes, and then they will dislodge. So that is one possibility. But other than this dog, this swine, I mean pig, in case of boar, again the digital manipulation is a better one rather than the artificial vagina. But artificial vagina, by and large, for most of the domestic animals, this is the method of choice. So why that so means it is near natural. The artificial vagina is near natural, and what makes it or what mimics it to near natural is that three basic things which are there in natural birth canal or natural vagina, that is warmth, pressure and friction. So by virtue of these three things, the male feels like it is a natural one, and therefore it puts fullest effort for thrust as well as for this one ejaculation, right? So this is that. So we'll move further. What are the models, history, everything? Okay. So there are certain limitations, there are certain disadvantage and other things. So we discussed yesterday. This is nothing much. If we talk about the limitations, okay. So chances of injury if the bull is furious, if the person is unskilled, he is not taking care. It's not written here. That's why I always tell you to keep a copy and pen with you, and you try to write down something which is not written in that particular this PPT. So if suppose the bull attendant or the person who is collecting this semen is not well trained, if he is or she is not well trained, is not taking care of the amount of lubricant use or the pressure, or most important the this temperature thing. So this in turn will lead to the failure, right? Especially the temperature is most important factor. If even 1 or 2 degree fluctuation may yield a failure. So even if the suppose the temperature is fixed, even though for every individual animal, if we talk about these bulls, every individual bull varies. Okay, it's not fixed for okay 42 degrees fixed for bulls. So maybe younger bulls, they enjoy more of higher temperature, and then the older with the lower temperature. And in case of certain species, certain exotic bulls, or our indigenous bulls, they also have different preferences. So it is not actually a fix. So again, the temperature varies, and therefore before going for this semen collection for a particular bull, you have to standardize this. So that is one major limitation. Okay, skilled person is needed. That is again a limitation. So everyone cannot go for artificial this AV method of semen collection. So now we'll look at the development of artificial vagina, how the AV evolved or AV came to existence. So first of all, two Russian scientists naming Komarov and Nagev, they designed the first artificial vagina, and this is again a hallmark question. The question will be put before you as it is in various exams. I'm not talking about mine. Okay, but anyhow, this is a line that you need to by heart. There is nothing to explain. There is nothing to understand it. But this is a repeated question in most of the exam. So those who are planning for PG, or some better for some JRF and all, so you need to by heart certain points. So this is one of them. So Komarev and Nagev were the first to design the artificial vagina. Okay. So later on, other institutions, they modified according to their need. Okay, and then species variation was there. So then Cornell University developed Cornell model. Then Danish University developed in US they developed the Danish model. Of course, Danish model has some limitation, which was overcome by which again overcome by this Cornell University. And then there were a short model by there's in some tropical countries, they evolve or they modify to make a short model as well. So why I am listing these things, just to make you aware that these are the model for semen preparation in case of bulls. Okay, so first Komarov and Nagev they made first one, and then followed by Cornell model, Danish model is there, and short model for tropical countries. So These points should be in your fingertips. Now we look at the Russian model of artificial vagina, which was developed by Komarov and Negev. So made up of a rigid cylinder. Again, the length was 60 centimeter. It was the length, and the diameter was 5.5 centimeter inner diameter. Okay. So once we look we'll look these parts of artificial vagina, you'll clearly know what I am talking about. For time being, you try to understand this 60 centimeter was the length of this rubber cylinder used for a AV, and then 5.5 centimeter was the inner diameter of that rubber cylinder. Okay. So the inner side of this rubber cylinder was covered by thin walled rubber liner. It is even as on today also it is practiced. So we will explore in maybe next 3-4 slide away. Okay. So and then there was a jacket and everything. So what all you need to the take home message I can say for this particular slide is that Russian model, the length of the Russian model, AV and the diameter. So that you should, again, it should be in your fingertips. Okay, so now coming to the Danish model. Okay, so it is prepared in USA. The length is I can say 40.70 centimeter. Now you need to compare with the previous one. So the Russian model was much lengthier, right? Around 60 centimeters, far more lengthier than this 40 centimeter, 40.70. Okay, so again the outer diameter is 6.25, inner diameter is 5.7 centimeters. These figures again is very important for your exam point of view. Okay. Now the Cornell University, the scientists, they devised or they modified another AV model that was called as Cornell model. So length was kept 71.20 centimeter. Even the length was increased furthermore. Okay, outer diameter is 6.25, inner diameter is 5.7. So the inner one is almost the same. Okay. So in Danish model, there was a problem that the receptacle was exposed, which was overcome by Cornell model, right? So all that you need to understand is the length and then diameter. Okay. Now, for any method or for any technique, there has to be certain limitations, and AV artificial vagina is not the exception for that. So semen collection through AV has certain disadvantages that the receptacle, the collection tube, is exposed to light and ambient temperature, which again you will see the part of AV and you will understand that how the modifications have been made and why, how the this particular point, that semen receptacle or collection tube is exposed to light and ambient temperature was overcome. So now the very latest model which we use actually is not having that disadvantage as well. Okay. Now the chances of cold shock. Okay, that's why we put a cover. We will show in next coming slides. So now I can say the major disadvantage is only the skilled person and the temperature variation, one or two or three things. Other than this model is very good and can be used to most of the this dairy and domestic animals, right? Okay, so parts of artificial, what are the part of artificial vagina? So in Russian model and Cornell and Danish, everywhere we were talking about rubber cylinder or rubber hose pipe. Okay, we were talking about rubber cylinder. So this is rubber cylinder, or it is again called as rubber hose pipe. Okay, so this is a rigid one. You see here there is a vent, there is screw fitting. This is another wall which is fitted here, right? So from here we place water. Okay, air, everything will be blown through this pipe only. Once we fix it, there will not be any leakage. Okay, so before putting final wall, we have to keep water or air, anything. Okay, so now is it visible, this cone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is called director cone or silicon cone. You can call it anything. Oh, director cone. So why it is director cone means it directs the semen from inner liner or the lower part of AV cylinder to collection tube, right? Now look at the third one. So this is inner liner. So in first slide, when we started talking about parts of artificial vagina, we were talking about the very first slide was hose pipe or rubber cylinder, right? So in that cylinder, these liner were kept in initial days. Even now onwards, again we keep this inner liner. Okay, so inner surface of rubber cylinder is covered by this rubber latex liner. Okay, so initial days the Daffronil liner were used, and now also so many scientists they use, but in majority of cases we use this latex liner. So there are two category again in latex liner: rough latex liner, smooth latex liner. Okay, so mostly the older bull they prefer rough liner. Okay, and the younger bull they prefer smooth liner. That's why I told the temperament of bull varies. Even individual bull varies with the temperature they like, the type of liner they like, because it is not rubber cylinder that gives friction. Okay, like in starting for AV we were talking about, there are certain prerequisites, there are certain three things is needed to mimic the real vagina, and that is one is lubrication, pressure, and then friction, right? So friction is provided by this rubber liner. Okay, wait. Okay, so again this is a protective cover or jacket. Okay, so it is for once you prepare entire AV, you have to put the lower part of the AV in this protective cover or jacket. Okay, this is to prevent the jerk and damage, because the bull gives a very powerful thrust. So sometime for a newcomer or for a new person who is appointed for collection, they may not be able to hold or sustain the thrust that is given by bull. So sometime the entire unit of AV falls down, and there used to be a breakage. So in order to avoid this breakage and other things, the this jacket is devised. Now see the collection tube. Okay, so have if you look back, you have got a director cone. Okay, so director cone is attached to the one end of the artificial vagina, one end of the artificial vagina, and the if you see, wait. Okay, so this is rubber cylinder. Okay, so now what happens? This end is covered by, first of all we will put rubber liner, rough or smooth depends upon this bull preference. Okay, and we'll put water to make it warm, and we'll put air to make it, to put pressure, right? And then we'll apply, here we will apply this part, because this part is for penis. So here we will apply some jelly, we will talk about that. Here you will put the broader end of the silicon cone or director cone. See, the director cone is having two ends. So this is broader end, this is narrower end. So broader end is kept here, right? And then the narrow end, you see this narrow end, the narrow end is kept here. Okay, clear? So this is reusable because it's a glass one, so we can use it multiple times. And then this is disposable, we need to discard once it is used. Okay, see, this is again protective cover for collection tube. Now again, if you see, there are gradation, so it is for 15 ml. Okay, so this is a sometimes in some literature it is called gradated collection tube. So this is reusable and then this is disposable. Now second is this protective cover for collection tube, because there are chances, as I told you, there are chances that a newcomer may not be able to hold the powerful thrust given by the bull. So there are chances that it may fall down, and if you put this protective cover over the this collection tube, so it will not break. And again, other than breakage, it protects from direct sunlight or dust and dirt of the environment. Okay, wait. Look, and we were talking about lubricants. Okay, so for lubricant, initial days they were using KY jelly. The prerequisite for using a lubricant is that it should be non-toxic to spermatozoa, because certain portion of spermatozoa will definitely be in contact with lubricating agent. So it should be a non-reactive as well as non-toxic. So initial days people were using KY jelly. Okay, then this Vaseline jelly, sterile Vaseline jelly, which we use during winter, that also is used. Then white mineral oil, if it is sterile, that is used. Then tragacanth gum was used in initial days, that has to be prepared before use. So you have to use 3 gram the gum and then 5 ml of glycerine. It is dissolved in 50 ml of distilled water. Look, and the latest one is commercially available B-lube. Okay, so this is nowadays this is used. So but why I am using these examples, again it is for your exam point of view, but because if someone asks you in an exam that tragacanth gum can be used as, and if you are not in you are not in position, of course I will not be asking this question, but maybe in your JRF exam and other exam, if a person is the question setter or the person who prepared your question paper is old professor, no, so he will definitely ask this tragacanth gum, because at his time or her time this was in practice, so they may ask you about the tragacanth gum. Okay, so you should be in position to recognize or understand what is that tragacanth gum. Okay, so again, what lubricant we can use? KY jelly, sterile Vaseline, or sterile white mineral oil, and then tragacanth gum. And how much amount you need to use is here. Okay, now we'll look the preparation of artificial vagina, how to prepare artificial vagina. Of course, we'll keep a demo in practical class. Hello, is it okay up to now?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
yes, sir.
So in practical class, either we'll prepare AV and we will prepare, I mean, a video, and then we'll show it to you, or else we'll do something for because real demonstration is needed. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand actually what happens to what are the actually major steps of preparation of AV. Okay, but anyhow, in theoretical point of view, I have to cover, and that's why I am explaining it all. So first of all, sterilization for any instrument, for anything which are used for lab work, we have to get rid of contamination. Okay, by means of sterilization. So you have autoclave. So certain parts will be autoclave, except this glass parts will be can be kept under hot air oven. Okay, and then this plastic and latex, rubber, liner, and everything can be kept for autoclave. Okay, then once the sterilization is over, you have to keep it in incubator to make it dust free, because once you kept outside means there will be dust inside. Okay, so like I said, inner liner should be inserted into AV. Okay, the inner liner should be placed inside the rubber cylinder, and both the ends, wait, if it is there, yes, both ends are there, right? So you will put this entire latex rubber liner inside this, so it will pass through. Okay, now there are two these ends, so you have to tie those in back to the, wait, small portion will be hanging from this, a small portion of rubber liner will be going out of this, so you have to put it back there till it becomes tightened. Okay, so that's what written here. Okay, now you can attach a rubber band at both the ends of this rubber cylinder, okay, to make it fix. Okay, now director cone is placed at one end of AV. I told you in initial stage that yes. So this end will be kept here, right?
सर
हाँ,
सर कुछ कागज का पाइप जैसे बना के इसे समझा दीजिए ना, इसे लगता है किधर किधर गए।
कागज का पार्ट बना के, अरे पूरा वीडियो बना देंगे बेटा, अभी समझो तो, थोड़ा सा नहीं समझ में आ रहा है ये। चलो
ठीक,
एक बार
प्रैक्टिकल होगा तब समझ जाएंगे।
प्रैक्टिकल में बता देंगे। आफ्टर ऑल अगर आपको प्रैक्टिकल में भी या थ्योरी में भी अगर लिखने के लिए आ गया ना कि हाउ टू प्रिपेयर आर्टिफिशियल वेजाइना, तो उसमें कागज का बना के थोड़ी काम चलेगा, उसमें तो आपको कुछ ना कुछ तो लिखना पड़ेगा ना। सो फॉर दैट पर्पस ओनली आई प्रिपेयर्ड these लाइंस, राइट। एक बार आप सुन लो इसको, ठीक है, फिर जब आपको वीडियो बना के या सामने करके दिखाएंगे ना, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि हाँ अच्छा ऐसे होता है। ओके, चलो, सो once the AV is assembled, तो broader end of the director cone will be kept or placed over the rubber cylinder, and then the narrower end will be connected with this collection tube. Okay, an entire assembly will be put under the jacket. Now a hot water, there are two things to make it warm. Suppose विंटर का मौसम है, सपोज ये मौसम है या जनवरी का मौसम है, अभी अगर आपने 42 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का पानी उसमें डाला तो ऑलरेडी वो ठंडा है, राइट? तो फाइनल उसका वाटर का टेम्परेचर और फाइनल उसका टेम्परेचर कम हो जाएगा, मे बी 30-35 पहुंच जाएगा. इट इज सब नॉर्मल. ओके, सो व्हाट वी यूज्ड टू डू, वी यूज्ड टू डू two things. Either we place a hotter water, maybe for 65 to 70 degree centigrade, a water having 65 or 70 degree centigrade is flown through the rubber cylinder. Okay, so and we will wait till it attains the 40 or 42 or 45 degree centigrade. That is one. दूसरा क्या करते हैं कि 45 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का वाटर एक बार डाल के एंड अगेन विल पोर आउट. एक बार डाला और तुरंत हमने उस पानी को मे बी 1 मिनट के बाद हटा दिया. अभी क्या हुआ, ये दैट इज कॉल्ड प्री वार्मिंग. Once we kept the hot water inside, now the entire assembly is pre-warmed. The inner liner is pre-warmed, right? So immediately within 1 or 2 minutes, we will take out the water. Entire water will be poured down, and then again the same 42 degree centigrade water will be placed inside this rubber cylinder. So now the temperature will be maintained. It will not come down because of the cold surfaces involved. Okay. So that is about the warmth. Now, once we place the water, now we will fill that jacket or fill that inner liner with air. अब हम उसमें एयर फूंकना चालू करेंगे जब तक कि स्टार मार्क बाहर से स्टार मार्क न दिखने लगे. ओके, एंड देन विल पुट. ओके, तो ये हम आपको बना के दिखाएंगे, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट. ओके, यहां तक कुछ क्लियर हुआ?
Yes, sir.
The way you people are replying, no, it itself indicates कि ऑलमोस्ट आपके दिमाग में कुछ घुसा नहीं है. तो बट एनी हाउ हम हाँ जी बताइए.
सर ये तो यहाँ तक तो समझ में आया सर, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ एबी में कि स्टरलाइजेशन इंक्यूबेटर में ड्राई करके इंक्यूबेटर में डाल देते हैं. इसके बाद जो सर वार्म्थ वाला जो बताए ना, तो सर स्लाइड सर वो वाला लाइए.
अच्छा, वो नहीं समझ में आया वार्म्थ वाला.
वार्म वाला समझ में आया, लेकिन जैसे कि आपने बताया ना कि वार्म वाटर को डालते हैं, फिर पावर आउट वाला जो बताए थे ना, वो बीच में जो था एक 40 to 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस ऐसे करके. अच्छा,
नहीं मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि एम्बिएंट टेम्परेचर जो उसके लिए सूटेबल है दैट इज 42.5 और 42 to 45. ठीक है, वो इंडिविजुअल प्रेफरेंसेस 2-3 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का होता है. तो हमारे पास जो वार्मथ, देखो 3 प्रीरिक्विजिट थी स्टार्टिंग में एवी बनाने में. सबसे पहला कि लुब्रिकेशन, प्रेशर एंड देन टेम्परेचर. तो सबसे पहले हम टेम्परेचर को देखेंगे, राइट? तो टेम्परेचर जो बुल के लिए प्रेफरेबल टेम्परेचर है वो 42.5 to 45 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड है, राइट? अब वो टेम्परेचर हम अचीव कैसे करेंगे, कैसे हमको उतना टेम्परेचर मिलेगा? तो 2 तरीके हैं. पहला तो आप 65 से 70 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का जो वाटर है वो डाल दें थ्रू नोजल. आपने नोजल देखा था पहले स्लाइड में, राइट?
यस सर.
थ्रू नोजल आपने 65 या 70 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का पानी डाल दिया, राइट? उसके बाद आप क्या करते हैं कि लाइनर में बराबर आप टेम्परेचर को देखते हैं थ्रू योर दिस थर्मामीटर एंड ऑल कि कितना टेम्परेचर अटेन हो गया. तो पहले जब आप डालोगे तो अगर सपोज विंटर का मौसम है और अगर आपने 70 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का पानी डाला उसमें, तो द टेम्परेचर, इनिशियल टेम्परेचर होगा मे बी 55, कुछ डिग्री वो डाउन चला जाएगा, 60-55 ऐसा रहेगा. ठीक है, फिर आप थोड़ी देर वेट करोगे जब तक कि वो 45 ना आ जाए. ओके, सो दैट इज वन. नाउ द सेकेंड थिंग, आप ऐसा नहीं, आप वेट नहीं करना चाहते तो आप दूसरा काम क्या कर सकते हो, आप 45 डिग्री का ही पानी आप नोजल के थ्रू डालिए. ठीक, 1 मिनट 1.5 मिनट वेट कर लो, तब तक जितना ठंडा वाला लाइनर जितना ठंडा था वो बिल्कुल गर्म हो गया, बराबर आ गया। अब क्या करोगे आप, जो पानी भरा था उसको फिर उसी नोजल से वापस कर लो, गिरा लो, डिस्कार्ड कर दो, ठीक। अब आपके पास जो दूसरा 45 डिग्री या 42 डिग्री का पानी है वो आप भर दोगे उसके अंदर। तो नाउ इट इज फाइनल। अब क्या है कि रबर लाइनर ऑलरेडी गर्म हो चुका है, प्री वार्म हो चुका है। अब जो आप पानी डालोगे टेम्परेचर बरकरार रहेगा थोड़े समय के लिए, मे बी 10 मिनट के लिए या सो, ठीक। तो ये मैं आपको बताने की कोशिश कर रहा था। और एक बार पानी ओके, पानी एक बार गया, उसके बाद आप उसमें क्या करोगे, एयर ब्लो करोगे उसी नोजल के थ्रू, क्योंकि पानी गया तो उसने टेम्परेचर मेंटेन किया, राइट। अब आपको प्रेशर भी तो चाहिए, तो प्रेशर चाहिए तो उसके लिए आप उसी नोजल से एयर पुश करते हो। एयर पुश तब तक करते हैं जब तक बाहर से एक तरफ से हमें स्टार आ जाए, ठीक। अब ये जब हो गया तो आपने नोजल लगाया, वॉल्व लगा दिया, अब ना तो पानी वापस आएगा ना एयर वापस आएगी, ये असेंबली बन गई है, ठीक। अब एक साइड में आप लुब्रिकेशन लगा के, जैकेट वैकेट लगा के उसको बंद कर दोगे, तो जैकेट लगाने से क्या होगा कि टेम्परेचर वेरिएशन नहीं होगा, टेम्परेचर आपका उतना ही बना रहेगा फॉर मे बी फॉर 20 मिनट्स और सो, उस बीच में आप कलेक्शन कर लोगे, ठीक। अब ये तो हम आपको दिखा देंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। अब प्रिपरेशन ऑफ बुल कैसे होगा वो ये थोड़ा सा बात कर लेते हैं, है ना। जैसे आप मसाज मेथड था या इलेक्ट्रोजेकुलेशन मेथड, इन द सेम वे यू हैव टू prepare one day before, clipping of preputial hair and washing and everything. Here the things will be a bit different. So what you will do, the collection will be done at early morning when the animal is empty stomach. Once it is क्यों हम एम्प्टी स्टमक की बात कर रहे हैं, अगर एक बार आपने उसको चारा पानी दे दिया ना, वो अच्छे से खा लिया, तो वो स्लगिश हो जाएगा, भरे पेट के बाद वो स्लगिश हो जाएगा। दैट टू these ruminants, they eat a lot, right? And once they eat morning or evening, they will be sluggish, they will be more sluggish, so they will not be doing their 100% for semen collection. So in order to avoid that sluggishness, we collect the semen at early morning before even putting the this food in front of them, right? The area where we are going to collect semen will be have to be washed thoroughly. Okay, now washing of animal is most important. So while we were in MBSc and we were doing our research on semen biology, what we used to do, we were not dependent on the attendants, we were doing this by our own. कैसे धुलाई करते हैं एनिमल की, बुल की, आप because he is not familiar to you, he will simply kick you off. अगर आप पास में जाके उसको नहलाने के लिए जाओगे ना तो वो लात मारेगा। सो हम लोग एक पाइप जो होता है ना आपका प्रेशर वाला पाइप, सो उससे दूर से खड़े होकर उसको पूरा वॉश करते थे। सो it makes two things. First of all, it prepares the bull, the dust and dirt will be removed. The second thing, once you practiced this for 10 or 12 times, the animal will self recognize that जब मेरे को नहलाते हैं तो पक्का इनको semen collection चाहिए, तो वो psychologically ready हो जाता है एनिमल। Okay, so and then second thing, once you are washing entire animal, you have to wash the prepuce area thoroughly. prepuce area को आपको अच्छे से wash करना ही करना है, क्योंकि these animal they live in a dung environment full of dung and dust. तो ज्यादा chances होते हैं कि जो prepuce या उसका पेनिस का एरिया है वहां पे डंग के छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल, तो अगर आप अच्छे से वॉश नहीं करते हो तो जब आप सेमेन सैंपल लेके आओगे और माइक्रोस्कोप के ऊपर रखोगे ना, तो आपको वो भूसे के छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स उसमें दिखना चालू हो जाएंगे। इसका मतलब आपने प्रीप्यूस में धार, हम लोग दूर से ही चूंकि करते हैं तो जो प्रेशर वाले पाइप से धार वो उसके प्रीप्यूस के ऊपर मारते हैं ताकि कोई भी डस्ट या डंग पार्टिकल हो तो वो निकल जाए, राइट। तो ये नहलाने का एक प्रोसीजर है। Okay, now the prepuce can be cleaned through saline, normal saline water, but it is very difficult. Small ruminants में आप कर सकते हो, but bull वगैरह में करना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. But anyhow, procedure is written and then we have to follow the same. I mean, we have to write the same. Okay.